Mastering focus. How to avoid distractions. In today's fast-paced world, distractions abound, making it increasingly challenging for leaders to maintain focus. However, mastering focus is paramount for effective leadership and achieving organizational goals. In this session, we want to talk about the nature of distractions, the importance of focus for leaders, and strategies to avoid distractions and enhance productivity. In our daily routine, distractions can be both ever-present and unintended. Emails, instant messaging, Googling, e-commerce, iTunes, our smartphones and computers all potentially contribute to increasing distractibility. Distractions come in many forms because there is always something to buy, a video to listen to, a petition to sign and forward, or an interesting post. Focusing on what's important becomes even more challenging because distractions take your attention from what you are assigned to do. Distractions can come from without or within. Internal distractions may be the result of our own internal drives, habits, or thought processes. Internal distractions may also include past experiences, conflicts, or memories that impacts our focus. External distractions result from something or someone outside of yourself. Mastering our focus as leaders means that we must learn to resist the temptation to answer every ding or swoosh by scheduling a specific time for email, instant messaging, and text messaging. We increase our productivity by maintaining our focus on the task that is in front of us. Distractions divert attention away from our tasks and hinder us from accomplishing our assignments. From this perspective, distractions become time thieves. A time thief is an informal term that refers to something or someone that consumes a large amount of time without producing anything productive. Time thieves include a lack of concentration. Factors such as stress, fatigue, or a long working day can make it difficult to stay focused. Conflicting priorities may also become time thieves. This time thief appears as doing many things at once, causing an increase of the risk of delaying everything. Understanding the sources of distractions is a crucial skill for leaders to develop in order to stop and arrest the influence of time thieves personally and organizationally. Focus is the cornerstone of effective leadership. Focus enables leaders to make informed decisions, prioritize tasks, and inspire their teams towards shared goals, and helps to safeguard the organization from distractions. Leaders who master focus are better equipped to navigate challenges and drive success in their organizations. Data found from Prosperity Media and Exploding Topics further makes this point concerning distractions. The data says that the average office worker sends 40 emails per day and receives 121 emails per day. The data further reports that the average worker spends on average 15.5 hours each week just dealing with emails. Additional data from the report says that the average person spends 2 hours and 24 minutes on social media every day. The report further records that the average American checks their mobile device 159 times a day. According to the data, users will spend 4 trillion hours on social media this year. With the reality of being pulled in so many directions in our daily operations, how do we confront the onslaught of distractions? The first thing we must recognize is what being distracted costs us, because it is far more than missing a deadline. Distractions have consequences that can affect every aspect of life and leadership because they have the potential to become bad habits. A bad habit is a behavior pattern that is perceived as negative and is often repeated. Examples of bad habits include procrastination, overspending, overeating, saying yes to everything, not taking time for yourself, and a desire to please people. Some bad habits are harmless, while others can have a deeper long-term impact. Most importantly, distractions can affect every relationship in your life and organization if not addressed properly. As leaders, we will increase our productivity by maintaining our focus on the task right in front of us. Determined to be indistractable. The opposite of distraction is traction. Both traction and distraction come from the same Latin root, tractus, which means to pull. So traction, by definition, is any action that pulls you toward what you said you were going to do. Things that you do with intent, things that help you live your values and become the kind of leader you want to become. A distraction is any action that pulls you away from what you plan to do, from your values, and from the leader you want to become. There are all types of distractions that confront us daily. With the reality of distractions, it is essential that we decide whether to address or ignore the distractions when they occur. Decide if what has just invaded your time and focus is worth your attention. If not, develop the mindset to ignore it. If it is worth your attention, attend to it another time. Yet keep your focus on your immediate purpose. Focusing on self, focusing on others, and focusing on the world in which we live are three crucial pillars suggested for personal and organizational success for today's leader. Focusing inward or on self and focusing constructively on others helps leaders cultivate the primary elements of emotional intelligence. Some psychologists have called this open awareness, in which we broadly notice what's going on around us without getting caught up in or swept away by any particular thing. In this mode, we don't judge, censor, or tune out. We simply perceive. We have all heard the phrase that perception is reality. Perception is how people tend to operate and behave in the world based on what they believe to be true. For leaders, what people observe or assess as your ability and your effectiveness as a leader becomes their reality about you, or simply their perception. What has been proven throughout history is what sets great leaders apart from average ones is the ability to manage perceptions. Perceptions that are not managed become rumors, then gossip, then negative, backstabbing, conduct and behaviors, which has the potential to be destructive for an organization's work environment. Unmanaged perception becomes truth that was not intended and has become detrimental to the health of the organization. What this further means is that if leaders want to communicate successfully, influence, or lead people, we must focus on understanding how we and the organization are perceived so we can change any negative perceptions. This also means that our leadership actions must match our words every single time, especially now when employee or team member confidence in organizations has been shaken. According to a September 2022 Gallup poll, only 21% of employees strongly agree they trust their organization's leadership. A CNBC survey dated February 2023 of 647 workers states that there's a major confidence gap between men and women in the workplace. A majority, 64% of women think they can do their manager or leader's job better than them, versus 47% of men who believe the same. Focusing on others means that as leaders we pay attention to our work environments. The word attention comes from the Latin attendere, meaning to reach toward. This is a perfect definition of focus on others, which is the foundation of empathy and of an ability to build social relationships within the organization. Leaders that effectively focus on others are easy to recognize. These are the leaders who find common ground with team members or employees, whose words and opinions carry the most influence, and with whom other people want to work. They emerge as natural leaders regardless of organizational or social rank. This includes being visible at strategic moments, both good and bad. Being available to give explanations and answer questions when bad news is delivered, but also celebrating alongside those that you lead during good times. If people do not perceive you as their leader, they will not treat you as such and will not follow you. John Maxwell once stated that if you believe that you are a leader and no one is following you, you are simply out on a long walk. If team members will not follow you, you cannot be effective or efficient as a leader, and the organization will feel this effect. This can lead to a negative perception of you as a leader and the organization that you may not be aware of. A fuller understanding of the third aspect of perception, focusing on the wider world, can improve a leader's ability to devise strategy, innovate, and manage their organizations, making them better. Leaders with a strong outward focus are not only good listeners but also good questioners. By experience, they have learned how to ask the right questions of team members. If we don't ask the right questions, we will never get the answers that we may be looking for. Leaders with a strong outward focus, the wider world, are visionaries who can sense the far-flung consequences of local decisions and imagine how the choices they make today may influence the future. There are many things that as leaders we don't know. This further proves and validates the reality that we never graduate from the classroom of leadership development. We are always learning. Cambridge University psychologist Simon Baron-Cohen suggests that many leaders are operating with an empathy deficit, a blind spot for what other people are thinking and feeling, or the ability for reading social situations. The popular phrase, "read the room," means understand or comprehend the prevalent emotion or thoughts of the people in the room. The idea is you can infer from people's body language, remarks, and other indirect evidence what they may be thinking. The equivalent in the Japanese culture means reading the air or atmosphere. It is a common practice in Japanese society, anywhere at any time. In the Japanese culture, they are taught to be constantly aware of unspoken messages, gestures, expressions, and other nonverbal cues. The mindset is if you cannot read the air or atmosphere, you will be seen by your peers as unable to read the situation, or you can't take a hint. The focused leader develops the ability and mindset to read the room, read the air or the atmosphere of the organization, and grow from the observations. This further assists the focus leader to overcome common challenges in communication and operation of the organization. Being able to read the room is a crucial skill to be cultivated for the leader that wants to master their focus. Leaders may encounter various challenges in their quest to avoid distractions, such as information overload, multitasking, or difficulty saying no. Recognizing these challenges and implementing targeted strategies can help leaders overcome the challenges and maintain focus even with the ever-present distractions. Strategies may include prioritization. Identifying and prioritizing tasks based on their importance and urgency helps leaders focus their energy on high-impact activities. Everything that we do is important, but not everything is urgent. Another strategic ally is time management. Adopting time management techniques, or time blocking daily and weekly, allows leaders to allocate specific time slots for focused work while minimizing distractions. Creating a distraction-free environment is another strategy for the focused leader. Designing workspaces free from distractions, such as noise-canceling headphones or designated quiet areas, promotes concentration and productivity. This strategy further cultivates mental clarity, enabling team members or employees to stay focused amidst distractions. Cultivating a focus-friendly culture is another suggested strategy for the focused leader. Leaders play a pivotal role in fostering a culture that values focus and minimizes distractions. By modeling focused behavior, providing resources for skill development, and encouraging open communication, leaders can create an environment conducive to sustained concentration and greater effectiveness and productivity. Mastering our focus on the wider world in which we live may include prioritizing kindness and compassion in our interactions with others. In a world that often seems divided by differences of opinion, politics, ideology, identity, and ethnicity, it is more important than ever to cultivate empathy and understanding. Empathy and understanding are means or methods by which we can build bridges of solidarity and foster a more inclusive and harmonious society in the wider world in which we live. Refusing to be distracted from any internal or external noise that is contrary to this personal and organizational goal. Eric D. Thomas, PhD, known as the hip-hop preacher, teaches his followers about the power of desire and hard work. Thomas got his big break in 2008 after a speech at Michigan State, where he was working as an academic advisor. He challenged the students in the audience to want to succeed as bad as they want to breathe. The speech was posted to YouTube, where it racked up more than 2 million views. Thomas's mantra is that you need to want success as much as you want to breathe. This is the reason why some leaders and organizations succeed and others don't. The power of desire and hard work will always succeed, no matter the obstacles or distractions. Avoiding distractions from this perspective is to focus on what you desire to accomplish and accepting the reality of the hard work needed that includes successful working relationships in your organization. In addition, Carol Dweck's research on mindsets offers the concept of a growth mindset, where challenges are seen as opportunities to learn and improve. Avoiding distractions from the viewpoint of a growth mindset cultivates for the focused leader the idea that we can go through and grow through any and all of our challenges because we are focused on being and doing better than we did yesterday. History reminds us of Rosa Parks' courage and determination that has taught us to stand up for what we believe in. Her actions sparked a significant movement for civil rights, showing us how as focused leaders we can effect substantial change when we are determined to do so, no matter what opposition or distractions may be before us. Partnering with like-minded leaders and organizations, we can amplify our impact and bring about meaningful change in our homes, in our places of work, and our communities because we are focused on being better and doing better. In conclusion, mastering focus is essential for leaders to navigate complexity, achieve strategic objectives, and inspire their teams and organizations to achieving meaningful and lasting contributions to our communities. By understanding the nature of distractions and implementing effective strategies, leaders can cultivate a focused mindset and lead their organizations to new heights of success. By working together as focused leaders towards common goals, we can build a better, brighter, and more sustainable future for all. A final concluding thought for today's session is from Eric Thomas, who states, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great." This is the mindset of a leader who has mastered their focus, avoiding distractions.